this curtain, rather than being a solid material curtain, I'm going to make it more of a sheer, which means that you can see through it. And so we'll be able to see a little bit of the window in behind here. Now this part here, I'm just going to put a little bit of a roundness to it. Make it look like the material is folding in on itself. So now I can very lightly draw in my window frame. It really just takes a couple of extra lines in here just to describe that. Very, very faintly. Maybe break the line up a little bit as well. The frame of the window. Add just a couple of extra lines down here, a couple of extra lines up top for the thickness of the window, a couple on the edge here. And just inferring that there's a window back there, just lightly, like that. Okay. I come across with the baseboard. Not all the way, because I got my table over here. My table leg starts right there. And actually, yep, I'm clearing the coffee table as well. So it comes across like that. Here's my baseboard. A couple extra lines on there just to get those bevels on top. Quarter round. Bottom like that. I'll draw in my carpet, the doorway. And just sort of fluff it up just a little bit, break up the line to make it look fuzzy, as a carpet should. It's not a nice clean sharp line. I'll put a little bit of a broken line on the edge there just to indicate like the thickness of the carpet on the leading edge towards us. I can actually continue that over here on this carpet, the throw carpet. I'm just going to make it a little bit more fluffy, more like it's a little bit more shaggy. You can actually see the pile on it. As it comes closer to it, I'm going to break the line up a little bit more so you see more of the scraggliness to it. Again, the closer things are to us, the larger they're going to appear, the more detail we're going to be able to see. I just add a little bit of pockmarking to it. Now you can put any kind of design that you want on it as well. So now on this side here, I'm going to start over here and work my way back there, because again, I want to do the things that are layering over top. So the element that's most prominent in the foreground here is going to be the coffee table on this side. So I'll deal with that first. So for the coffee table, actually I'm going to make this coffee table a little bit more modern. It's made out of metal. It's got a metal frame around the top, and then we'll just do simple tubular legs. We'll give the metal a little bit of a thickness there. And an inner edge here. Inner edge here. And then do the back side. Show a little sliver of the top edge there. And then bring the middle down. Do the side of it. So it's thinner than it is high. Across to here. And then what we can do is just do the simple tube legs coming down. And because it's on the carpet, we can sort of break up the line on the bottom as if it's actually going into the pile there. And this leg here coming down. The thickness of this leg is going to be slightly larger than that one because it's closer to us. And remember, the closer things are to us, the larger they appear, the further away, the smaller. This one will be about the same thickness as that one. It's roughly the same distance from us. And break up the line on the bottom there for the carpet. Now if I wanted to make this as though it was a glass tabletop, I could just very lightly draw through, break up the line just a little bit here, show the thickness of that metal there, and across here, and you'd be able to see the leg on this side here. Again, just break the line up, make it a little bit lighter, fainter, so that you can't really quite see through it. Finish off our carpet here. And the carpet corner goes to there, and it turns and comes down across this way. Like that. And I can put in the odd little marks in here like this, just to indicate that it's got a texture to it. Or if you want to, you put, like I said, you can put pattern into it. So now we'll come over here and we'll start in on the table, the coffee table that's over here. We'll match the coffee tables up to the coffee tables that are on this side here. It's a matching set. We'll draw that front edge here. Bevel. Down. Across. And an extra little piece down. And across. And the thickness of the wood. This thickness here. And the leg. The square post. Again, I'm just going to draw in this part here just very, very lightly using the ruler. Line's off just a little bit there. I'm going to take this one off and just angle it in a little bit because it's making the leg look a little thick. Extend the line off here. Corner would probably be somewhere around here. Let's see another leg here. Now this is all off the original rough, but we might as well draw it in anyways. And then the leg would come down. So now we'll get into the arm of the chair, or the couch there. There's the corner of it right there. Just put a dot there, and the other corner goes over to there. So same as we did on this one here, we'll put that front edge there, round it out just a little bit. And this comes down just a bit until we get to the cushion part. This edge here, right down and around, then do that little looping. It comes in this way, and then up, just to create a little bit of a pattern to it, and then across. Put that ribbing on. And stuff like this just adds dimension to your drawing. Again, if you want to reference a specific catalog, Sears catalog or furniture store catalog, then go ahead and use that for reference. It's always good to have something like that handy just so you can check stuff out. We'll bring this down. Do it there. Put a rib on it. Curl over this way. There's the bottom of the couch. So now this arm here is just going to continue right down. At that point, come across in perspective. And then we need to take this back and away. Again, we've cheated the perspective on this side over here. That's where the leg would hit, going behind there. Cheated the perspective on that side. We have a little leg in here. Goes down. Across. You can put a little rib on it. Behind the leg. We'll do the other arm over here. Bring that down. Look for the perspective. Making sure it's still in scale. Might have taken that in a bit too far there, so we'll just erase that back. This part of the arm here, I'm only going to take it down a little bit because I'm going to make that cushion come out and overlap, same as I did on this side here. Come back over here, finish this up, pinch that in just a little bit. It's better. So now my cushion is going to sit right there. Like I said, I'll extend it out just a little bit. Do the same thing on this side here. We'll just see a little bit popping out. Right there, corner of it. That'll extend off. It's a 2-cushion couch. I'm going to come to the halfway point in perspective, which is right about there. A little wrinkle in there. This top of the cushion here out, back, extend that ribbing around, bring this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this non-symmetrical so that this cushion here is just slightly lower than the other one. It just looks like, you know, someone pulled it out or shoved it back in. It's not quite matching up to the other side there. Just makes it a little bit more interesting. Now the back of the cushion is going to have to sit somewhere. There's my edge there. It's going to have to sit somewhere roughly around this point right here on the background, which is right there. So I'll just extend my cushion back to that point there. That's the back corner. And then I angle this around in perspective to the vanishing point that's over here. Come over and hide behind the corner of the edge there. I'll just show a little bit of the rib there. Both those cushions there. So now, just as I did with this one here, I'm going to angle the back just a little bit. So from that corner point, it's going to come up to the point where this intersects here. There's the arm of the chair going back right to that point there. Then it's going to angle over and go across. Same as this one went across. Draw the top edge of the arm over there. Goes across there, add a little ribbing over there. And then that's going to go back on an angle to the top corner, which is right there. And from that point, there's my perspective line right there that I'm using as my guide for the back edge of the couch. Now I want to split the back edge too. So I go through here, that's my intersection point there. I'm going to bring this line here up on the same angle. That's where my 2 cushions sort of come together. Put my double ribbing on there. Maybe get 2 cushions. Ribbing across the top. And extend this out and off the field. Like that. Add a little bit of the top edge there, just to go in behind. There, and that extends that across there. So now, I need to do my table on the far side there. Here's the edge. Here's the front edge. And of course, because the table is further away, the detailing on it is going to be slightly less. Extend that back there. Still going to draw my lamp in. Width comes down, across. A square for the leg. This one will be hidden in behind there. Two little loops and the leg goes down. It's hidden in behind the metal part there and shows back up again just below here. A little ring, and then there's the foot. So it sits like that. This corner here is going to extend down and through. We'll see just a sliver of it there. It comes down to about there. We're going to see some of the floorboard, the baseboard, sorry, and underneath here. And then that's going to go back along the wall there. So then we've got our table that's in behind there. Actually, I've sort of drawn the baseboard through right where the leg is going to hit. That's where one of the legs is going to sit right there. So we'll just draw that leg in there. That table is going to sit right here. That's the edge that's closest to us. So we'll just give it a little bit of a quadruple line there. Bring it down. Just make it a little bit fancy. Extend these lines off to the vanishing point here on the front edge of it. Oops, actually I've got to take it out further. I didn't take it out wide enough. It's not going to match up to my leg. My leg comes up here. It's going to match up to at least that point. Pretend that there's something a little fancy there on the edge. You put a little drawer in here. Give it a little bit of dimension on this side here. Put a handle on. Got it? Extend the leg down. Front of the leg there, and that would extend off in perspective so that would come down to about there. And this part would extend back. Put a little bit of a vase here. Something really simple. And the horizon line, a little bit of a beveled lip, and throw some flowers in here. Extend those off, with the flowers on. I'm just scribbling these in just to indicate loosely that they're flowers. I'm not trying to add a lot of detail or be specifically realistic about it, but it kind of gets the idea. Finish off that corner. That corner is going to extend down through here. Or there's the baseboard. Corner. That'll connect in with this. That. Draw the back of the table. Okay, we can put a picture frame here or a mirror frame. slightly ornate frame to it. Lots of little beveled edges on it. See less on this side because it angles in. There we go. Just faking that in. Okay, now over on this side, oops, just dropped my ruler. Over on this side here, we want to put the table lamp right in about here. So again, I'm just going to fake this in. A little circle here, oval for the base of it. Center line up, just above the horizon line. There's the top of the shade, bottom of the shade just a little bit lower and angle it this way. Some dimension to the stem, the edges of that. Now if I wanted to make this ribbed, I just draw in the lines here closer together as they're further out to the sides there, and then as they come towards the center, spread them out a little bit more, and now start to tighten them up more. It gives a nice rounded feel to it. Finish off my corner here, the back edge of the table. Now let's put some drapes in here. Take the drapes to about this height right here. Just lightly draw that in. I don't want to take them all the way across. We'll take them about part way across. The center of the window would be right about here. So actually let me draw that in. I'm going to excuse my ruler here. Pick it up off the floor. Oops, sorry. Okay, so we'll just draw in the center of the window here. Like that. Just add some dimension to it. Give it some thickness. That's where the glass fits right there into the outer edge. The outside would go up like that. And then we'll have our curtain just sort of drape down across like this on one side and down this way on this side here. So it's going to bunch up and gather over here. Spread out a little bit up there so it gets tighter. You should, again, do some observational drawing. Go find the curtains that are in your house, if you have any curtains, and take a look at them. See how they hang on the window. Curves on this part here. Just indicate that dimension. And from each of those points, bring a line up and curve it this way. So the top of the curtain. I'm just going to have that touch the top of the ceiling there. Curtains usually are. Actually, they overlap the ceiling line probably a little bit. Just to save some erasing, we'll leave it as is. Now, same thing on this side here. That extends off the paper there. A bit of a curve. Up and over here, actually, I'm going to just erase that ceiling line there. Just to give it a little bit more dimension. We'll actually extend it above. Put a curtain rod in there, just to be hyper realistic about it. And then we got to finish off our window here by extending. This would go across this way, a little bit of an angle down like that. I'm going to go for my vanishing point here and just connect each of these points in. Come up here, and just to finish off just a little bit of the detail on it. Sit like that. Okay, and then outside there you could draw in, whatever cityscape you want. If there's like trees or bushes or something like that back there in the backyard, I'll just lightly draw in some bushes here, just to fake that in. So there's something like that, bush there, and then maybe a fence that's going parallel to the horizon line. Just draw a fence line there. But again, you got to sort of be dimensional about it. So we'll draw the bottom edge of the piece of wood, and I don't know, maybe thinking of the fence in my backyard has a lattice on the top part of it, so I wasn't going to try and get this elaborate with it, but we'll just draw that in. Just finish it off, and then we'll put the lattice going this way, hidden in behind those pieces. The type of stuff you can buy at Home Depot. Again, use some reference. Go out and look at this stuff in the stores. See what it looks like. Okay, so there's something on this side. Maybe there's a tree in the neighbor's yard, stuff like this, and leaves coming down. Bush in the backyard. And just adding some dimension to it, make it look kind of cool. Okay, so there's our stuff off in the distance. So the last thing to do is just the bookshelf over there. I'll fire that in really quick just to get it done, and then we'll cross dissolve back to see the end result. You can see I'm just finishing off the final set of books here, just randomly drawing them on, putting some on skewed angles and whatnot, but just basically putting them in here. And now I'll just finish off the top inside edge of the top part of the shelf there. Just like that. And you might see just a sliver of this one too, since it's just above the horizon line. So that now finishes off the entire room. The final thing that I can do here is just add a little bit more dimension and maybe a flatter plane, or a more stable plane, is just to draw some perspective lines down here from the vanishing point, just to indicate floorboards on the floor. So let me just do that and we'll see how that ends up looking. See them there because they'd be hidden in behind the carpet. I'm just thinking I forgot to draw the bottom of the couch here, inside the coffee table there. Like that. By adding these floorboards on here, it just creates more of a radiating sense of depth. You can see there the line has sort of gone askew there. I need to match it up more to my edge, so I'm just going to have to fake some of this in here. I'll take out these 2 lines. Actually, I'll take out the 3 lines right next to the carpet there, just to match them up a little bit better. I'll go back over here. I guess that's because I sort of faked my vanishing point a little bit on those edges. We'll match it up along here, like that, and then we'll just have to sort of fake it by doing a slight little bit of a shift here. Just going to find the halfway point here and here and match those up. A little bit of a fake right in that area there just to get that to work properly. Sure this matches up over here. Take that line that I just drew out. It's not matching up to the feet of the table either. Make it like that, and then put this one here really close over here. So there's a certain amount of faking that you have to do here, there, and everywhere. I think this line here needs to be adjusted just a bit. Ultimately, when you're drawing, the main thing to look for is that your drawing looks right. There, that's better. So now we've done the fake there. And part of the reason why that didn't work there coming across is A, I lost sight of where my vanishing point was. Should have taken care to mark it on there. But B is also because we've done that little fake over here, and we've done the fake over here to sort of warp the perspective on it in order to make it look a little bit more natural. And so that throws off your main vanishing point just slightly. Not in a major way, but just a bit. So there's our overall final finished version of this entire room, all cleaned up, and that's the whole process. So now on the next DVD, what we'll do is we'll go through the same room using the same floor plan, and we'll do a 2-point perspective room.